All right. Hello, everybody. I hope y'all are doing well. So, today we're going to go over a little bit about the parts of the trumpet, how to take care of our trumpet, um, and a little bit about music lines and ledger lines, measures, and our first note. All right. So, first thing, all right, we have mouthpiece here, and this part is the lead pipe. All right. And here is our pinky rest, where our pinky goes over the top. And then, in case you have forgotten, first valve is the valve closest to the mouthpiece where you put your face. Second valve is in the middle. Third is furthest away, closest to the bell. Alright, this is our bell. If we follow our lead pipe all the way here, we're going to have a slide. Alright, this is our main tuning slide. It might be all the way pushed in. I want you to pull it out just a little bit. Not far, but just a little bit. Alright? And then we have our second slide here. Don't need to pull this out. This is fine where it is. Our first slide, which is operated by the thumb. Alright? And then our third slide, which will be operated by the pinky or ring finger. Alright? This slide should move pretty freely. Alright? If it does not, then you can get some tuning slide oil. Alright. You can go to Music and Arts and find some. They will help you out. I know there's one kind of near Florida Street. So what you're going to do is, there's a screw here. You're going to unscrew that, and you can move this slide so it's all the way out. There might be some water in there. Alright. You're going to take your tuning slide oil, just put a little drop there. Alright. And then a little drop on the other part, where it's the darker color metal. And then you're going to take one of the slides, just twist it around, work it in like that. And then if you can with the other one, you can do that. You might have to remove the ring in order to get it to kind of work well. Also works if you put it on upside down. You can twist it that way. And it should move pretty easily. If not, well, you can just add a little bit more. After that's done, line up the slides, stick them back in. Probably need to depress the third valve. Put your ring back in the slot. Tighten the screw down. And then adjust the other screw on the bottom. That way it doesn't slide off. If you don't have one, then you can get a hair tie and loop it under this little valve here. Alright, loop it right through there, and then bring it back around and attach it here. Alright, now that should move a lot easier. Alright. And wipe away any grease, and you're good to go. Alright, for oiling the valves, if your valves get stuck, what you simply want to do is unscrew them. Top right here. Lift it straight up. You can apply your oil right there. And you can just give it a little bit of a turn to left and right. And then bring it straight back down how it was. If you turn it 180 degrees, then you're not going to get any sound out of the trumpet, or it won't sound good. All right, so let's talk about our music staff first. So in our Essential Elements book, at the bottom of the page, we have a music staff. All right, it has 5 lines. All right, and each of these 5 lines corresponds to a note. All right, I'm going to get a pencil that is working. All right, and so for trumpet, all right, we are going to read in what's called treble clef. All right, and this is how our notes are going to be laid out. So that bottom line, if I can get it to focus, if I can get it to focus, if I can get it focused, there we go, that's a little better. So this bottom line here is E, then G, B, D, F. Every good boy does fine. All right, and then between the lines we have 4 spaces. That bottom space is F, then A, then C, and then E. All right, it spells face. All right, so lines, every good boy does fine, and then spaces spell face. All right. Next thing we have our ledger lines. All right, the ledger lines are notes that appear below and above the music staff. All right, and we will get into that really, really quickly. All right, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Measure and bar lines. All right, so this space right here is a measure. This is where a group of notes will sit, and these bar lines, all right, separate the notes by a certain amount. Sorry, something fell. All right, so let's look at our first page. All right, first page is the first note. All right, this is G. It has no vowels. For students that have been working with me a little bit, when we're in class, I use the term concert F. All right, and that applies to a lot of instruments that are not trumpets. Trumpets transpose. All right, so while we might play a note that sounds like F, all right, it's actually going to be written as a different note for us. So you have probably heard me play before. All right, I've called that note concert F. For trumpets going forward, that note, that's going to be your G. All right, and that's going to be on that second line right there. All right, so follow along with me on the book now, if you have it. So we have G for 4 counts, a whole note, then 4 counts of rest, then 4 counts of another G whole note, and then 4 counts of rest. All right, so we have the whole note G, whole note rest, whole note G, whole note rest. Each of those are going to get 4 counts. All right, so I want you to do, put on a metronome. You can use Tonal Energy or any free app, or you can buy one at Music and Arts or wherever you can find one. And you're going to tap your foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is how I want you to think about the notes in your head, okay? When we're going to sing this note, we're not going to sing 1, 2, 3, 4. We are going to sing like this. 1. If you noticed, I sang that note for a total of 4 beats. I started, all right, and my first click, 1, and when I got to my 5th click, I filled that whole note value and I stopped. All right, so that's how I'm going to sing this first line. That's why I want you to practice. All right, so we're going to do this together. I'm going to count us off. 1, 2, 3, ready. Or 1, 2, 3, go. we're going to sing 1, rest, 2, 3, 4. 1, rest, 2, 3, 4, stop. Alright? You don't have to say anything during the rest, but you should count quietly to yourself or in your head while you're doing this. That way you don't get lost. Alright? So get set. Get ready to sing or say this note. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 1. Stop. Good. All right. So now what I want you to do, pick up your instrument. You can also buzz this on its own, as well as playing it. I would recommend buzzing it before. But I'm going to play the note first to set the pitch. One more time. All right. And so now I'm going to snap to keep us in tempo. And we're going to play for 4, rest for 4, play for 4, and then rest for 4. Get set. 1, 2, breathe. 2, breathe. 1. And you're done. All right. So I want you to practice that several times. I want you to see how steady and smooth you can make this note. All right. I don't want the fronts to sound like this, where it has a big blat at the beginning, nor like this, where you crescendo into it. Right. I want a steady note from the beginning, middle, and end. I'll demonstrate that one more time. All right. So next time we will go over line 2, and that'll still be on the note G, and we'll get into quarter notes and stuff. All right. Thanks.